What is up, trolls? Gratch here with a specific video going out to datbluwaffle. He asked for some critiques and some help on some of his attacks, so everybody else is welcome to watch this one, but really it goes out to specifically to him. Anybody else who's new or trying to figure out how they can improve, please take a look as well. We'll watch two of his attacks, and then we'll actually watch one other attack just to point out some of the differences. So we'll start off with this one. His attack on number 10, which was actually already 3-starred. So right off the bat, you see he drops an archer to get the CC lure. Okay, they're coming out, but he's going to try and actually pull them out like a traditional lure, like you'd pull them out to the corner or something like that before he poisons them. But really, they're there together. So drop the poison as soon as your archer goes down. If they can both be hit by the same poison, then drop a poison on them. Wait 5 or 6 seconds for it to start cooking, and then drop your second one, and then just wait, and that'll take out that balloon and the dragon. The second thing is, if you look here on this top portion of the base, he's got both of his heroes super exposed, including the Archer Queen. So the Archer Queen, on pretty much any attack that you bring, is one of your top priorities to take out with your kill squad. She can wreck a hog attack, a La Lune attack, which really are sort of your two primary attacks you'll be using at Town Hall 9. So you really want to take her out in that first phase. Blue Waffle, he actually brings in everything from the bottom and never takes out the queen until later towards the end. It still ends up working out because he's going up with mid-level heroes and everything leveled up against a very low, it's a level 1 Archer Queen and a level 7 King. So he gets away with it, but it's really in spite of his attack, not because of it. So we'll watch in a little bit and see another attack on the same thing. So let's go on and watch what happens here. So the archer gets shot down. They're both sitting there right together saying, please poison me. But he drops some more archers and pulls them over, and then drops a poison, and then immediately drops the other poison. So the damage doesn't really stack. So you want to give the first one a chance to start going before you drop that second one. So the wizards took care of it, but it was unnecessary. All right. The next thing we see here, he drops his golems, wizards, and heroes immediately, and he drops them straight up the gut. Now, that works okay in this case, but again, let's talk about funneling a little bit. So typically, what you're using your golems for is tanking. You want them out in front of your wizards, your DPS units, your wizards, your queen, everything else. You want them taking the damage. So ideally, you would drop them somewhere here. So they will come in, and then they'll go down and walk around that wall. And you do the same thing on this side as well, one on each side. But that's going to draw fire from the cannon, the archer tower, the mortar, everything. They'll all be targeting at your golems. And then you can start sort of over here, drop a wizard here on this outside gold mine, and the same thing over here on this elixir pump. And then another one, you just work your way in. So as those go down, all your wizards are going to be moving towards that center instead of going out and walking around. And that'll also force your heroes and everything to go into that core section and be together. And instead, you just drop a big clump of wizards here in the middle. Again, that it works out in this case, but the principles of funneling that you're going to want to know later on. See, you drop some of those wizards in the middle, and then they go for a walk. They're heading off to that left-hand side. They start to come back in, but there they go again, because there's buildings over there that are closer that are easier for them to get to. You want the closest buildings always to be in the direction you want them to go and be doing that damage. So you're losing lots of wizards there on that left-hand side of the mortar splash. There you go. So you've lost that now. These wizards over here, the heal, you probably don't want to use a heal on wizards. It just is sort of a waste. And then here we go. We bring all of our hogs here around the top. This works out pretty well. They're going to take out all these point defenses sort of at the same time. Queen's down there targeting hogs as well as some point defenses, so they are going to take some out. But again, she's only a level 1, so he kind of gets away with it. So we'll watch here. He's going to use a heal spell here in a minute. Okay, so he's losing some hogs over there also, but fortunately there's not a whole lot to target him. He uses the heal there in the core. The queen is still there. The king doing work on him. Those Teslas are going to be frying him. Still has a heal, so it works out. There you go. He uses it. But you see, the queen's still here shooting at hogs. So now finally that the last defense goes down, the hogs will come over and take out the queen. But she and the king probably took out 7 or 8 hogs. So we'll speed it up. He did get the 3-star. But now I'll show another attack on this exact same base, just so we can see some of the differences. So let's pull it up here. Alright, so Jeremiah's World going in against this exact same base. Let's see what he does differently. Besides wait forever to start. There we go. So he drops his golems here at the top, backed up by wizards. Again, not great funneling. You typically do want to start on the outside and work your way in. But he gets his queen down. And see, these wizards are taking out the enemy heroes that are targeting his golems, which is great. Gets a jump there. That's going to let the golems, his king, everything get into the core, take out lots of these point defenses. Gets a rage down on his queen and these wizards. That's going to let them really take out that dragon and balloon really quick. And then he starts doing a sort of a surgical hog type idea. He sends in 4 or 5 at each defense, and then drops his heals where he's going to get the most hogs sitting in there at the same time. And there you see another group here. And he also, right before he would drop a group of hogs, he would send a giant out in front of it. So the giant tanks for everything, and then the hogs go in and knock it down. So look how many more hogs he has left than Blue Waffle did. Just because of his patient deployment and his good use of heals. And also taking out those heroes early. I still probably would have gone with the easy CC lure over there just because they gave it to you and used the double poison. But he didn't need to, and he had a plan of how to deal with it. So we'll just speed it up now. I mean, nothing too different to see here. And you saw they both worked, but one of them was a lot more intentional and is going to get you more success in the future. So let's go and we'll watch Blue Waffle's other attack. He went in on number 8. Okay, so a similar style base, sort of that Southern Teaser idea. This one's better than the last one. It doesn't leave the CC and the heroes as exposed. And the heroes are a little bit higher, but, I mean, not much. It's still level 7 queen, I think. So he's going to do the same thing, coming in from the bottom with his golems and wizards. Normally, I would say that 11 wizards on a go-ho is excessive. I mean, 5 to 6, maybe 8 is plenty, and half of those you save for cleanup. But for this one, he was really trying to take out the whole bottom section of the base with his golems and wizards and king and queen, and then just hog the top. So we'll give him a pass on that. So he sends in the single hog to get the lure. And again, instead of dropping the poisons on him up there, he's pulling them down to the bottom. you can do that. It just wastes time and it wastes troops. And again, he drops both of the poisons right away and ends up having to burn his queen's ability, and she's still down at half health. So he's got to heal down again, healing wizards and golems again. You can do that. I sped that up too much. But he just brought all the hogs from the top, and they work their way through. He has the heal down for him. So again, I mean, he sort of overpowers it. But it wasn't pretty, and it's not going to work on better bases, where you really need to control where your troops go instead of just sending them in willy-nilly and healing where you can. So, Blue Waffle, I hope this is helpful a little bit. Continue to do some research on funneling and on troop pathing. And also on those CC kills, you don't have to pull it out. If the troops are there together, go in and drop the poison on them. You'll be fine. It'll save you some troops, save you some time. Till next time, Scratch from King Trolls, bringing you the boom.